Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your insight video for January's potent cycle of eclipses. We are entering 2019 in a cycle of profound change and transformation, and of course with the first eclipse being a new moon solar eclipse in your sign, you are going to be deeply affected by the energies of January 2019. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about the Capricorn eclipse and the Leo full moon, blood moon, wolf moon eclipse on the 21st of January too, and how they will impact certain areas of your life as reflected in your birth chart. So it's a powerful time for you anyway, Capricorn, with Saturn, your ruler, transiting your sign for the past 12 months or so, since December 2017. Pluto, the dark mother, the great transformer, has been there since 2009. So these are very interesting energies because they are quite contradictory. Whereas Saturn wants to build form and structure, Saturn as the ruler of your sign is the cosmic architect who builds the new, who lays the foundations that the new structures will be built upon. And Pluto is the great alchemist, the ruler of Scorpio, who eliminates, who breaks down, who calls us to shed and let go. So perhaps Capricorn, for you, particularly over the past 12 months, you may have been feeling almost like you're in a birth canal or having contractions where you're kind of being forced to let go, being forced to deconstruct in order to be able to reconstruct your life. And this year, as initiated by this powerful eclipse, which will be sandwiched in between Pluto and Saturn, will be the crucial point of these two very powerful transits, because Saturn and Pluto, mistress of time and space, and the dark goddess Kali are going to be, coming within 3 degrees of each other this year, as they prepare to eventually come into conjunction in January 2020. So this year will very much carry through the themes of this eclipse for you, Capricorn. And of course, particularly true if, like me, you have any planets in Capricorn around the 14-15 degrees, or really even from 12 degrees to 16-17 degrees, they will be in orb of this eclipse. And if you have Capricorn planets, or even planets in any of the other cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer and Libra, from about 12 degrees onwards, from 12 to 30 degrees of any of those signs, you will be experiencing personal alignments from either Saturn or Capricorn over the coming year. And if you have planets around 22 degrees in particular, this is the degree that Saturn and Pluto are going to come together on. So we're really looking at any planets close to those degrees in the cardinal signs will be very, very deeply affected this year and into next year. And if you're in the final degrees of Capricorn, after 21 degrees, you haven't had your conjunction from Pluto yet, so you can have that to look forward to. And if your planets are after 11 degrees of Capricorn, you haven't had your Saturn transit yet, and you will be having that between now and 2020. So if you want more information on that, you can always reach out to me and I will help you understand, because these transits are life-changing. If you have a transit from Saturn and Pluto, particularly a conjunction from Pluto, you are going through a very, very deep soul initiation. But regardless of degrees and angles and things like that, all Capricorns are in a profound, or people with heavy Capricorn placements are in a profound space of metamorphosis. And this new moon solar eclipse is really going to highlight that. It's going to take it to a deeper level, because since November 2018, the South Node has also been traveling through Capricorn. So the South Node will ask us to release, to let go. So in a nutshell, this eclipse will ask you, what do you need to let go of in order to build the new? What parts of yourself in your life need to be transformed, need to be alchemized before you can set your bigger vision into motion? And perhaps you've been building things and you've been working really hard, and now things are going to come up, perhaps challenges, particularly around the areas of work and finances and self-identity, that will call you onto a different pathway of being. So it's really important that you allow yourself to surrender and to be open to these changes, because we know, Capricorn, you are one of the signs that most likes stability and security, and these energies, the Saturn, the Pluto, the eclipses in your sign, is really shaking you free of that. It's asking you to come into a changed relationship with life. It's asking you to let go of your structures, to let go of your planning of, how you think things should be, and allow yourself to be directed and guided. Allow your path to be changed. Allow yourself to be transformed. And many of you will be transforming through your relationships with others as well, because as the North Node transits your sign, as the South Node transits your sign, the North Node moves through your opposite sign of Cancer, the sign of deep emotional connection, in the house of relationship for you. So this might be a time when we're letting go of these old Capricornian habits of, being completely focused on work and what we're building, because Capricorn, you are the architect, and you're very concerned with your ambitions and achievements and your work and career and purpose in the world, which is amazing. But sometimes you can get very caught up in that, and you can forget to nurture your relationships and to nurture yourself as well. So this is a time around learning about that, around learning how to allow yourself to be helped and supported, learning about collaboration and cooperation, and not having to do anything yourself, and ultimately letting go of self-protective behaviors and opening the heart could be the deep lesson of this cycle for you, this nodal cycle, which will last for the next 18 months. So it's change and liberation on all areas for you, Capricorn. And Mars is this month, on the 1st of January, return to his home sign of Aries, which is your 4th house. We've also got Uranus stationing direct there on the day of the eclipse in your sign, the 5th or 6th of January, depending on where you are in the world. So this can really be bringing up old stuff that is rooted in the past, and particularly rooted in our genetic and ancestral patterns. So if there's things cropping up in your life, if there's fears arising, or if there's something that you don't want to let go of, or if there's something that you're trying to achieve that's not quite working out, really look at the patterns and the beliefs that might be creating these issues that came into being in your early life, or that were passed down through your parents, or that were created in relationships that you had when you were younger. So perhaps we think, because my dad worked hard all of his life, then that's how life is. It's all work and no play, and nourishment and connection are last on the list. So it's weeding out these kind of behaviors. And Mars can also really inflame this section of your chart and create change here as he comes up to conjunct with Uranus, which will be also during this lunar cycle, more towards the end as we head into February. And this can be, you know, really asking you, you know, bringing up stuff that makes you want to liberate yourself from these old patterns. So it's a time of freedom as well. And we can see that the second eclipse, the Leo full moon eclipse, is going to take place in your 8th house of intimacy, of transformation, of alchemy, the Scorpio, Pluto, house of the birth chart. So this full moon eclipse will be bringing culmination to the lessons that we were learning with the Leo Aquarius nodal cycle that began in 2017 and culminated as the nodes moved into your sign on the in November 2018. So you may remember particularly a big activation of these energies around the 11th of August 2017, which was when we had a new moon solar eclipse in Leo. So this can bring culmination to issues from that 18-month cycle, and, you know, things that have been underlying since last August, which of course was when we were kind of going through the whole Aquarius full moon eclipse and Mars retrograde and all of those lovely alignments we had last year. So this is kind of like a clearing culmination energy that comes in with this moon, but it is in the sign of Leo, the lion heart, joy, passion, exuberance, excitement, and it's falling in your 8th house. And this can really bring up some old, deep-seated emotions and fears to be cleansed as well. So it's taking another look at those energies that you've been working with within yourself, going even deeper into the corridors of your psyche to transform your old beliefs, particularly in the areas of resources and abundance. The 8th house, the Scorpio house, speaks to us of our shared resources. Leo speaks to us of abundance and feeling worthy to receive. Leo speaks to us of romance. The 8th house speaks to us of intimacy. So any issues that need to be highlighted, that need to rise to the surface around these key themes of our life, can also come up to be looked at, to come up to be purged as the moon illuminates this part of your birth chart. So this can be quite a profound Kundalini awakening energy as well, because both of these signs deal with sexuality in various ways. So perhaps there's some sacral chakra issues or some kind of clearing in the womb space and the heart space as well. Leo is also related to the heart, that need to be looked at as this full moon rises. And of course it's interesting because it's a full moon eclipse, and full moons are about completion and letting go. Yet it's a North Node eclipse, and North Node eclipses pull us into the future. So whatever we let go of will ultimately lead us down a new and exciting pathway. So it's a deeply transformational time, and it can really set the tone for you for your whole year, Capricorn. So it's a good idea to think about the intentions that you wish to send out during this period, how you wish to proceed over the next 12 months, you know, what you want to let go of, what you want to build upon. Deconstruction before reconstruction is the key phase that I have been really feeling intuitively in the lead up to this eclipse, particularly the Capricorn eclipse, which will be directly conjunct my Capricorn moon. So all of these energies that I'm explaining to you, I'm feeling Capricorn, and I know that we have been one of the signs that have been most challenged over the previous year or so in particular. And it's interesting to know that all of the clearing work that we are doing is ultimately leading us towards building something great. So if there's any of you out there that are really feeling pressurized, or feeling like giving up, or feeling weighed down, or feeling like it's all just too much, know that this too shall pass. And the more we can go with the energies of transformation and link in with our knowing of the eternal cycles of life, death, and rebirth, then the easier our transition will be. Capricorn is older than time itself, the Capricorn goddess, and she sees and knows all. So she's aware of the rise and fall, the cycles of time, and she knows that for new things to come into being, then old things must fall away. So I'm going to pick us a card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck to guide you through this cycle. Wow. So this is really nice. Yemaja, which is, interestingly, is one of the goddesses that I associate with Cancer, where the North Node is for you guys at the moment. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So this speaks of the nature of eclipses, which reminds us that only when we let go of something old do we create the space for something new to come through. And eclipses are very unpredictable, particularly these eclipses, because they both have a Uranian flavour to them. So it's just as likely that we will be called into the next level of our evolution by a positive change than it is by a negative change. Either way, we're called up into a new level of being. So just be aware that an opportunity for change, maybe even an opportunity for love, it doesn't have to be a work related opportunity, that may come in and take you to a place that you've never been before. And that can be a scary thing in itself, even if it's a longed for change. So Capricorn, you know, there is no one that can survive and thrive like you. So remember who you are as you go through this cycle, and bear in mind that things can change very, very quickly. Things that we thought were solid can crumble. Things that we thought that could never happen can happen instantaneously. So just be open to all of the possibilities. Thank you so much for listening to me, Capricorn. I am wishing you a very, very beautiful cycle. If you would like to connect with me any further, you can click the links below this video that will take you to my Facebook pages and groups where I share my astrological offerings. So much love to you.